Hi guys, TI qualifiers are coming up, and if you want to maximize your compendium points, make sure you fill in your qualifier predictions. You get 50 points for just making the predictions and 50 points for making the correct predictions. So make sure you at least fill them in for a free 50 points and a half level. As of right now, it isn't actually up. I can't actually make the predictions, but I can talk about them really quickly and see what teams there are, as well as who people think are going to win. So firstly, the dates for the qualifiers are going to be May 25th through 28th for both the Americas and the China qualifiers, and then May 29th through June 1st for both the Europe and the Southeast Asia. So a span of 4 days for each of these. Total is going to take 8 days to complete. And one thing that you should know is that there is a very useful resource called Knoxville's Dota Statistics that has all the teams listed as well as their ELO ratings, and that's pretty much the best thing that you can ask for when you want to make these sort of predictions. Some of this information isn't completely correct because teams like Summer's Rift aren't actually in the qualifiers anymore. They got replaced by EHUG, and the teams that are the open qualifier winners aren't actually in the bracket. So for Americas, you'll only have 8 out of the 10 teams, and in every other region, you'll have 9 of the 10 teams. But that should be a pretty good start for your predictions, because most of the open qualifiers are going to be weaker than the top teams in each region. So looks like for the Americas, the favorite is going to be NAR V2. Tinker is actually on the premium team list, I believe. They're like Mouse 2, I believe, so their actual ELO is 1300. So it actually seems like Tinker is number 1, NAR V2 is going to be number 2, and Root third, and everyone else a little bit behind that. And as you can see, by the lowest of the low ratings, America is actually the weakest region. They have 4 teams below 1,000, and Southeast Asia has 2 teams below 1,000. China has 2 teams below 1,000, but not as quite as low as SEA. And Europe has no teams below 1,000. So Europe, in general, is going to be the strongest region for these qualifiers, and I don't think that comes as a surprise to anyone. And running concurrently with America's qualifier is going to be the China qualifier, so I'll go into that next. Looks like VG Gaming Potential is going to be the best. They have had some pretty good wins in the past couple of weeks, and they are at a very high 1232, significant leg up over the next couple, HGT and eHome. Oh, sorry. Looks like CDEC and Energy Pacemaker, as well as HGT and eHome. These teams are all pretty darn good teams, so China is probably one of the more difficult regions to predict. And the other 2 regions, SCA as well as Europe Alliance is number 1 in Vega. They're pretty much neck and neck. Navi, for some reason, they tend to do better when TI comes around, although I'm not very confident in them this year, and their ELO reflects that. For Anchors plus Sea Captains, also pretty good. HR, some people thought they deserved a direct invite, but they are going to be in the qualifiers. And Power Rangers, Burden United, London Conspiracy, and NIP. These are all pretty darn good teams in Europe, and this is a really stiff competition. For Southeast Asia, looks like MVP Hot 6 is going to be the best team. Mineski number 2, and everyone else kind of pretty far behind that. And Rave, which performed pretty poorly at the Summit 3, as well as some people thought being snubbed at TI Direct Invite, are actually going to be number 6 in terms of ELO. So this is 2p.knoxville.co.za/international/qualifiers. There will be a link in the description for the actual qualifiers. So again, Americas, I'd probably pick Tinker and then Narvi as runner-up. China, you can just pretty much pick any of these 3 teams as your number 1, and whatever you want as your number 2. Southeast Asia looks like MVP Hot 6 is the clear favorite here, although MVP Phoenix has had pretty good results in the past years. Europe, toss up in between Alliance and Vega. Vega did get upset just a couple of days ago, so again, take this with a grain of salt. Hopefully good luck in your predictions, and yeah, very useful resources. Shout out to Knoxville, and shout out to Demout for the video idea. So best of luck in your qualifiers. Hope you get 100 points. Thanks for watching. Be back for some more compendium stuff as well as Dota material pretty soon. Peace out.